fraction and?
So yeah, the way I read it is you have to do all of these. You have to do percent, decimal, and then the last one is fraction.
Okay, I already did fractions, so then,
Yeah, now I like your work there. I think we talked about this a little bit last time. You take the 84 and you write 84 over 100, and then I see you divided by 2, 42 over 50, and then you divided by 2 again, and you got 21 over 25.
mhm.
So I believe your instructor is looking for all three.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it just in case I can get a higher grade.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna do the percentage the decimal real quick. Okay. There. The next one, I think I need help on. Do you think you could help me on number 10?
Sure, we're going to do 10, 11, 13. We're doing them all, but actually I'd like to do 11 first. I think that'll make the most sense.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. As long as I get it done.
Of course. Yeah, we're going to get them all. You'll find that I tried to do them in an order that's helpful for you as a student.
Yeah,
Okay, so what of the three is this? Is this a percent, decimal, or a fraction as it is?
it's a decimal.
It's a decimal. Okay. So it's the decimal form is 0.02, 0.02. Now, if we go back to our previous picture here, to go from a percent to a decimal, you divide by 100. To
2
go,
times.
yes, exactly. So to go to a percent, you multiply by 100.
Okay.
What is 0.02 times 100? Well, it's the same as moving the decimal now to the right 2 times.
Yeah. And it's just 2.
Yes, it's just 2%. Okay. Now the fraction we've already done. Just like the last one, you go 0.02 and
2
then
100ths.
2 over 100ths, and then maybe you can so you can divide both of those by 2, so that gives you 1 out of 50.
Okay.
Okay, now we are going to do 10, but we're going to move to 13 next because it's a little bit easier. So let me know when you're ready.
So. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Okay, so number 13, is this a percent, decimal, or a fraction?
Fraction.
It's fraction. So it's like starting down here. We already got our fraction. Okay. Now there's a couple of ways to go to a decimal. And like, I think probably what you should notice here is that the bottom is 25. We want to get that to 100. So how do you go from 20?
Multiply by 4.
Right. So what number goes up top? Because you multiply by 4 again.
It's 36.
36. Very good. Now this is still a fraction.
But isn't it 36%?
Well, it is, but you got to be careful. Let's do the decimal first. How do you, so remember back up here, you told me you wrote 0.84 is 84 out of 100.
Mm-hmm.
So for this problem, it's like we're going backwards. Okay, so 36 out of 100 is 0.36 as a decimal. I'm based on your response, that probably isn't very clear, is it?
Oh, I just never mind, it's fine.
No, if it's unclear, I can give some more explanation, but it's just like you did in the previous problem. You and then to go to a percent, You already told me, yeah, it's 36% because you multiply by 100.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
So for the first three problems here, like you have to know the progression. You have to know whether like whether you're going like up or down, or you're going up and then down, or however you want to map this out in your head. Like you want to be very clear that, okay, if it's a decimal to go to a percent, I multiply by 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
If in the first problem they give you percent, you divide by 100 to get a decimal. You can never go from a percent to a fraction or a fraction to a percent. You have to go through the decimal.
Yeah.
You have to. There's no way around it.
Okay.
All right, so let's look at number 10. 10's kind of an oddity here. I don't know why your instructor gave you this one. It's out of scope, but
Me
okay.
neither. I don't.
Is this a percent, decimal, or fraction?
Fraction.
It's actually a mixed number.
Mm.
Do you remember hearing about that mixed number? It's got a whole part
Yeah.
and then it's got a fraction. Do you remember how to convert this to what's called an improper fraction?
I think I did in 5th grade.
Okay, so you take that 8 and you multiply it by the 2, and then you
Oh
add the
wait, yeah,
3.
yeah, I remember.
Okay, so 8 times 2 is 16,
Plus 3.
plus 3 is 19. So the fraction is 19 over 8.
Okay, and then
So in the
so yeah,
previous problem, we could just go right to 100. Okay. Problem
yeah.
is that 8 kind of goes into 100. I don't know if I don't know what you're allowed to do. You get there by multiplying by 12.5. And
Yeah,
maybe
no, yeah, I don't think we can do
you
that.
probably don't know that here. So the other option, okay, is to go to 1,000. And that's probably what your instructor wanted you to do. So to go to 1,000, you multiply by 125. And you're maybe thinking, well, how am I supposed to know that? Well, I'm not sure. We'll assume this is the only one you're going to see. But that means you got to multiply 19 by 125.
Okay.
And I'll just do that for us just to save some time here. This may be one to ask your instructor about later on. So this is 2375. Okay. Now, to write this as a decimal, you take the 2375 and you move the decimal left for each 0 in the bottom. How many zeros are in the bottom?
3.
3. So you go 1, 2, 3. So that's 2.375 as your decimal.
Okay.
And we can do more practice, but let's get these down to start.
I was gonna ask if we could do 20.
Yeah, we're almost done with this. Let's do the percentage now.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot we hadn't done this.
So to do a percentage, you take this number and what's the math operation?
You go to the decimal and then you can multiply it by
Yes,
I'm
by.
not
Let's go back and look at the previous
well,
problem. 100.
no,
It's always 100.
1,000. Oh,
No, it's
100.
always 100. It's always 100.
Okay.
Always 100. So the thing is though, is that you're actually moving the decimal to the right this time, 2 times, once, twice. So that's 237.5%.
Okay. Wait, can I get something real quick?
Of course. Yeah, if you need to get up, just let me know and just let me know when you're back.
I'm gonna eat while we're tutoring, but like I'm gonna bring it in.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right, you back?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Did you get everything down from this previous problem?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to 20 and then we'll come back and work on some of the other problems here. So I'm going to read this out loud since you're reading. Sue can prepare 20 wall paintings in 4 weeks. Okay, so that means Sue is a painter and in 4 weeks she made 20 paintings. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so sometimes it's good to actually write that 20 paintings and then to use a colon. We will get to a fraction in a moment, but in 4 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
Now it says, how many can she prepare in 1 week? So that's where you write the 1 week below the weeks. And now we're going to put a fraction bar in. How did you go from 4 to 1? And that's the question you're asking yourself. So in this case, you divided by 4. So now you have to take this 20 and divide it by 4. So what is 20 divided by 4?
5.
5 paintings. Okay. So the idea is, if you average it out, she's been doing 5 paintings a week. So if you go the other direction, you're multiplying by 4. And if you go the other direction, you're multiplying by 4. So that's the first part. That's like part A.
Mm-hmm.
For part B,
I'm ready.
yep, let me know when you're ready for part B.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so it says, how much time will she need to prepare 80 wall paintings? So again, I've written the proportion that we've started with. Now, where does the 80 go? Is it on the left or the right?
Top. Oh, left.
It's the paintings. It goes on the painting side.
Yeah, left.
Okay, so how do you go from 20 to 80?
Multiplied by 4.
Okay, so the same thing applies here. You multiply by
4.
4. So that's 16 weeks.
Okay. So it's 16 paintings.
16 weeks.
No, 16 weeks.
That's part B. Part A is 5 paintings.
Yeah.
Sorry, part A is 5 paintings. Yeah. Okay, so from here we can do anything you'd like. We've got plenty of time. Do you want us to work through some other problems on this
Yeah, on
sheet?
the front, I'm thinking.
Okay, you'll have to get mom or dad to send over a picture of that, or your brother. It doesn't matter to me. I don't have one.
I think I sent you both sides.
Let me take a look here. I only have one attachment to this.
I'll ask my mom to send you the other side.
Okay, thank you for doing that.
Okay, I'm pretty sure my mom's sending it to you.
Is she doing that now?
Yeah,
Okay.
we could work on something from the back for now.
Okay, let's do that. So let me give you some more of these. Do you need to get through all of this assignment? Is that the goal? Okay. Actually, your mom just sent the front, so we can move to that.
Okay.
Which problem on the front do you want us to look at?
7. I don't get how to use powers of 10 from it.
Okay, we've actually already talked about this, so this will go much faster than you would think. So when you're dividing, you are moving the decimal left.
Yeah.
Okay, and you move it left, you count the number of zeros. So that's 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros. So you take this 1.404 and you move the decimal left 3 times. So you take where it is and you move it left.
2,
That's
3,
1.
1, 2. So it's 0.001404.
Yes, that's completely correct.
So then it's kind of like number 10, but the decimals move right.
Exactly. So when you multiply, you move the decimal to the right. And we'll do that one next. So what you have to convince yourself of is how you're going to remember, which direction to move it and why.
1, 2, 3, 4. So then is number 10, 3, 33, 3,300,000, no, 330,000. Is it that? 330? No.
So
Yeah.
let's just move the decimal over 4 times. And then it's okay to just read the number as the digits 33000. Okay. Is that what you have written down?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 zeros.
3 zeros. Now, in terms of how you read it, I like to put commas in because that helps me to break it up. So this is read as
So it's 33,000.
33,000. Yeah. Nothing after.
So then for number 6.
Okay. Number 6. That. This one's different. This is unrelated to the ones we just did.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah. The only way to do this is to work it out longhand. And I'll show you that here next. Okay, so a couple of things here. You're going to start writing these in this form 103.8 over 6.5. Now, before you divide, you multiply them both by 10 because you want the decimal to be moved to the right one position. So that's really 1038 divided by 65.
Yeah.
Okay, because you don't deal with the decimals. It creates a lot of problems when you do that. So now 65 goes outside the house. 1038 goes inside the house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Now, in terms of like how we do this, you've done this before. It's just that this not a great, these aren't good numbers, but 65 does not go into 1. 65 does not go into 10, but it
It goes
does.
into 103.
Yeah. And it goes in one time.
1 time.
Okay. And so you multiply the 1 by the 65. And then you have to subtract. Okay, so hopefully you're comfortable with this, but the answer ends up being
38
38. And then you bring the next digit down.
to 8. Yeah, so 388.
Right. So like I don't know how many times 65 goes into 388. I know it's more than 1, but less than 10. So I might guess like 6. Okay, and I've come off to the side here and try and figure it out.
I
6
can probably
times
do it in my head.
6 times 60 plus 6 times 5. So you got 360 plus 30. That's 390.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit too big, which means 5 is the right one, right number there. But I got to figure out what 5 times 65 is. Now, instead of adding or multiplying, you can actually just subtract it from the 390. You can subtract a 390 from the 65.
You can also do 5 times 6 and then 5 times 5, which
However you do it, you got to get the right answer. Whatever you do, you got to get the right answer. Okay, because we're going to need these digits for the next part of it. So this is 63.
Yeah, and then I don't know if she wants us to do the same thing as
Yeah,
what we were doing
you
today
have
on
to
homework.
you do have to start putting a decimal point in there. See, I added a decimal point under the fraction. So you're bringing down a 0 and you do the same thing. How many times does 65 go into 630? And it's 9 times. Because 10 times 65 is 650, which is too big. So you always go down a little bit more on that one. All right, so you got 9 times 65. That's 585. Then you subtract. So this is 45, and then you bring down yet another 0. So again, it's like, and so you might be wondering, well, how many places do we got? It says nearest 100th. That's 2 decimal places.
I'm guessing it is probably 7.
It is for sure 7, because 7 times 65 is 65 more than that, 455. So, well, I'm sorry. 7 is too big, so you got to go back to the 6. So it's 9, 6 up here. 6 times 65 is 390. Subtract and get 60, and then you can bring down yet another 0. And you might be thinking, well, why do I need to bring down another 0? It's because you're supposed to round to the nearest 100th. So you need that next position. And so we got to figure out, well, what is this one here? Looks like it's, let's see here, 9 times 65 is 585. So it looks like looks like the 9 goes here. And we actually can stop. We don't need to keep going. But this rounded to the nearest 100th goes to 15.97.
And the end is 15.
Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. You only do this in this math class. You generally don't deal with division like this anymore after this class, but you got a note for this class. So.
Well, yeah, we normally do. We did that today. So like I have a quiz tomorrow, and it's I feel like it's relatively easy because
do you know which questions on here will be on your quiz?
Yeah, because it's in this book. Well, I mean, it's not the same question, but it's like relatively close.
Okay. Should we go through the ones that we've not gone through, like number 5?
I'm just gonna look at it real quick and see. So,
There's a shortcut to 5 I'd like to show you.
okay, it's like isn't yeah. So it's basically just 2.3 times 5, like those
No,
things.
okay, so this one, we're looking at number 5, right? 8/9 times 72.
Yeah, but I have a quick question.
Okay, what's your question?
So if it's like a chart on a decimal thing, and it's like the it has the name of it and then the number of what it's supposed to be for like decimals, and
You don't want to use
like
that here. You can do this one by hand.
yeah, I'll just figure it out in a bit, like after probably.
Okay, well, let me show you how to work through a problem like this one. You can write 72 as a fraction.
Those both numbers.
What goes on the bottom for the 72 to become a fraction?
1 or 100.
Just one.
Mhm.
Okay, now this is really important here. You can actually divide because you can rearrange the numbers here. So watch this. This can actually become 8/1 times 72/9. See how I flipped the position of these?
Mhm.
Now you can take 72 and divide it by 9. What does that become? Can you tell me what 72 divided by 9 is, or 9 times what number gets you to 72?
8.
8. So this part on the right here becomes just an 8.
Mhm.
So now you can multiply the top, which is 64/1, because you multiply the tops, you multiply the bottoms,
Mhm.
and that gets you to 64.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now I'd like to give you some problems like this one, but we haven't done everything on this worksheet yet. Do you want us to go back to the other side? And
Yeah, since I'm done with the whole thing, yeah, I can just go back to the other time.
okay, like
Well, like
14
not
is
done with everything, but like
14 is a good one for us to go to. It's actually very much related to what we just did. So let's look at 14 next. All right, so when you get there, let me know. Let's look at 14.
I'm there.
Can you write 81 as a fraction?
Yeah.
So 1 goes on the bottom, just like the previous problem. And now we're going to
Mhm.
switch these positions. We're going to swap them. So this becomes 81/9 times 4/1. Now what is 81 divided by 9?
That's 9.
It's 9. So you have 9 times 4/1. You can write the 9 as a fraction. What is 9 times 4?
36/1.
Good. All right. Now, do you
So
want me to give you one to try like this?
um sure.
Okay. What is, let's go 4/5 times 20. I want you to try that on your own, please.
Fine. And then 4/1. You get 5/1 and 4/1. Then you multiply it. And then do you get 20? Wait, what?
So 4/5 times 20/1. And then what can we do on the bottom here? What do we do with these two numbers?
Swap.
Yeah, so it becomes 4/1 times 20/5.
That's what I did. But
What's
then
20? What's
I
20
looked at
divided? Yeah, what's 20 divided by 5?
4.
4. So this becomes 4/1 times 4.
I forgot about the division part.
Yeah, that's the whole point. The point here is to divide before you
But
multiply.
16.
Yeah. You
I
want another
messed
one
up.
like?
Like, I thought you just took the top and swapped it with the thing, and I just forgot. But
Do you want another one like this, or should we move on to like
yeah,
15
sure,
or
I'll try.
16?
I'll try.
Try one
I'll
more?
try.
Okay. All right. How about 2/3 times 24?
Mhm. 16.
Yes, it is 16. Very good. Okay,
It's
let's look.
easy.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's easy to do it in my head.
All right. Let's take a look at number 15 now. Just give us a little more room here. Okay. How do you see doing this problem? Any ideas how to start here?
Uh-huh.
What would you do to subtract
So
these two?
I would do 46. Yeah, of course, minus 14 and 3/4 and 3/8. One of them, I take the 46. I cross it out to be 45.
Like this? With eight?
Yeah, and
With eight?
then I then I do minus 14
Okay.
and 3/8, which is obviously leaves you with wait, I need to show my work to the best ability to my teachers, so I need to do this real quick.
Yeah, you gotta show 45 minus 14, and then 8/8 minus 3/8
And yeah, so it just leaves you with 31,
and
5/8
5/8.
and 5/8.
Okay, good. Good. So yeah, that's actually the right way to do it. I'm glad to hear you've got that down. So let me know when you get these notes down, and we can move to 16.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so 16. The difference between this problem is that the fractions are now different.
Yeah.
Do you remember how to make a common fraction between them? And what
Oh,
should it be?
you multiply it.
You could multiply them together, but actually 3 goes into 9. So you can actually
Well,
just get
yeah,
this.
you can multiply it by 3.
Yes, the top and bottom by 3. So this becomes 22 and 2/9 minus 7 and 6/9. But notice you've got a problem here because the 2/9 is less than the 6/9. Do you remember how to proceed from here?
Do you do the way where you do 9 times that number, or do you
Well,
just take away?
well,
Oh
well,
yeah, you
you
just
cross
take away 22 and then 21. 21 and
so you
12 ninths
not 12,
minus.
not 12, 11.
Wait, yeah, I messed up.
Yes.
Wait, how is it 11?
9 plus 2 is 11. So
Oh wait, I forgot that the whole number is I was thinking of like just the regular multiplication.
Okay.
I'd fail on a test if I did that.
Well, this is practice, so you can make some mistakes and you can learn from them and you'll do better on the test. So you have
Yeah,
to,
but luckily this test isn't like this.
so you subtract 21 and 7,
Mm-hmm.
and then 11 ninths minus 6 ninths.
5 9. It's 14 and 5 ninths.
Yes, very good. Okay, so you got one more here, 17. 17 is a lot like what we just did, but you're not subtracting anymore, you're adding. But you got to make common denominators. So the nice thing is that 13 goes into 39 3 times. So you have 15, 14 39ths plus 4, 33 out of 39. What do you do from here, Mason?
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
And you just add it and you get 19
Okay.
25th over 39.
Well, that's true, but when you add, no, you don't add 11 and 14. You have to make 11 into 33. You see how you
Oh,
multiply
wait, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Okay, so the problem though is that you're going to get a number on top, which
And then it changes the whole thing. And then you have to change because it fills up the whole thing. Well, I mean,
yes,
it's
yes,
over the denominator, so and
that's
then you
right.
have to reduce it.
Yeah, so it becomes 20, and then you actually subtract the top number by the denominator,
Yep.
which is not 12.
12
It's not 12, it's 8.
Well, yeah, then you could reduce it. Right?
8
No,
30.
wait, no. Yeah, you're right. I'm not. And then I think our last problem is 18.
Yeah, we can look at 18 here.
And then you could just give me some like problems and I'll work on them.
Yes, that's the idea here. So okay, let's do that. All right, so 18 is order of operations.
Sure you do for 15 times that.
Well, you
PEMDAS.
look inside parentheses. Now, whenever you have multiplication and division, you just do things left to right. So you're actually just going
Yeah.
to move left to right here. So I like to do them one at a time before you just give me a final answer. So I use up the 15 times the 2. And then it's 30 divided by 3, which is 10. And then 10 minus 7 is 3.
And then you multiply, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then I'm gonna quickly star all of my answers sometime because if you circle your answers and grade it, then you get extra points.
Oh, good.
Right, for number 6, I can't find the answer. I don't know if I circled the answer or not.
I don't know if we did number 6. There it is. Yeah. So the answer is 15.97.
That's perfect. I didn't here.
And it's because you're rounding it to the nearest 100. That's why we had to go out one more decimal position and then round.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna grab a pen and just check my work and then we could just do some problems that you make up.
Yes.
Yeah. May I go to the restroom?
Sure.
I'm back, sorry.
All right. Let me know when you're ready for me to give you some problems for you to work on.
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. So I want you to take 0.16 and convert it to a fraction.
Okay.
So what do you write? What do you write it over? What does 16 get written over?
100.
100. Okay. So I want you to reduce that from here.
You can reduce it by 2
Okay.
or 8.
8 over 50. And then you try it again. So that's 4
Then you
over.
get 4 over 25.
Very
And
good.
then you can't go off then.
That's good. Okay. Now what is 0.16 times 10,000? How do you do that? How do you move the decimal when you're multiplying? Do you move it right or do you move it left?
Is it 16 1600?
Yeah, so I'm just going to move it. There's once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and then you put zeros, kind of like those egg holders. I get
Yeah.
1600. I think that's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right. Now, let's say I give you a fraction like 22 out of 25. And I want you to convert this to a decimal. What are you going to do to make that happen?
You multiply it by 4.
That's right. So you multiply the bottom by 4. What is 22 times 4?
88.
88. Now, what is the decimal though?
Sorry, I'm trying to. It's
No problem.
0.88.
0.88. Very good. Very good. Okay. All right. So let me give you the harder one now. Let's say it's 1 3/4. I want you to tell me what this is as a decimal.
Oh, okay.
So a couple ways to do this. It's really 1 plus
You can multiply
3/4.
by 25.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep. So that becomes 100 and then 75 on the top. So what is 75 out of 100?
So, well, I mean, can I give you the answer? Or?
Yeah, do you have the answer?
Oh, yeah, it's 1.75.
Very good. Now I want it as a percent.
Okay. Well, then you multiply it by 100.
Okay, so what is 1.75 times 100?
It's 175%.
Yes, now you have to put that percent symbol in there.
Yeah.
You have to. Okay, let's try another one here. What is 2 times 4 minus 5 times 8 divided by 10? Let's try this
Okay.
one. So you got to go inside parentheses first.
Yeah, so
But what do you do first inside here?
but since you can't do right, that doesn't make sense. Now, how do you minus 4 by 5?
You don't. You have to multiply first.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I don't
So
know.
what-
It didn't seem straight.
What's 5 times 8?
40.
40 divided by 10. Okay, and then you have to do division first. What's 40 divided by 10?
4.
So you have 4 minus 4.
4 is, well, so it's just 0. The answer is 0.
0, answer 0. But you could have gotten something else very weird if you don't follow order of operations. All right, well, that is it.
Okay.
That
What?
is all. That is it for us for tonight, Mason.
Okay.
So that's our first full lesson. This is the format. Thank you for letting me help you tonight. I'll send you the notes here shortly. And I don't know if I'm working with you on Thursday or your brother, but good luck on your quiz. I think you'll do great.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye now.
Bye.